They're a local coffee company rich in family tradition that dates back to the early 1900s. Joining us now to hear more about their caffeinated family history are Fernando Diaz and Hannah Love from Proyecto Diaz Coffee. Excuse me, thank you guys so much for joining us here on Live in the Bay.
Thanks for having us, Olivia.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so I'm very excited to talk about the history of the company and really just the background. Let's first and foremost get started into how this company came about. Fernando, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. So I was working as a paralegal at an immigration law firm. It was a lot of paper, and I realized, like, hey, I want to do something different. So I started finding any excuse to get out of the office and, you know, doing the coffee runs, and I started seeing, wow, coffee is a big thing. And then I remembered to being a child and hearing about my grandfather's coffee farm in Oaxaca, Mexico, and wanting to be a part of that. And then kind of the light bulb went off after talking to my dad and mom, and I was like, hey, I want to start doing something with the family history, the legacy. And so bought some coffee for my grandfather, had it shipped over, and then started roasting at home. I even asked my mom to take a photo. She didn't take the photo, so I was reminded of that. You know, but it's part of the story and the lore now, and started popping up around the Mission District in San Francisco, and little by little, we got to the point where we're at now.
That's so amazing that you guys have grown exponentially just within the last few years. But I want to talk about the legacy specifically. So you mentioned your great-great-grandfather, correct?
Yes.
Was first involved. Can we talk about the history a little bit and where it all started?
Yeah, so it started in Oaxaca, Mexico, the second southernmost state on the Pacific end of Mexico. And it was my great-great-grandfather. I learned this just a few months ago after talking to my grandfather, because originally I thought it was my great-grandfather. He's like, no, it was his father who originally had the plots of land in Oaxaca, Mexico, and then started breaking it down to, you know, passing it on to his kids, and eventually one of those kids being my grandfather, who now owns the farm and is keeping the farm alive and has been keeping it alive his whole life.
That's so incredible. I love the rich history behind this entire company. Now, Hannah, I'd like to direct this to you. When you guys first got started and decided this was an idea you guys were going to roll with, what went into getting this up off the ground?
Oh my gosh, Fernando had been popping up all over the Mission. He was like, had like a little bike cart or whatever that he was popping up with. And then I met him through that. Someone asked me to fill in for them. A bunch of his friends were popping up with him. I went, we were standing in front of this really cute shop called Assembly Hall in San Francisco. We're standing there and doing it, and then, you know, it just kind of grew from there. We just got shops to say yes to us, to stand in front of their shops, and then finally we're able to get a warehouse and a roaster.
And the rest is history,
yeah.
Right? Well, you guys brought some amazing products with you today, and I also see that you brought some coffee that we might be able to make here on set.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to walk me through this, you guys?
Yeah, of course. So we have, so what we do is we do coffee roasting, right? So we take the green beans and then we roast them and then distribute them in different formats or in different avenues. But what we have here is, in green is the single origins, meaning they come from one particular farm, one particular region around the world. That one, the one that's Ozolotepec, is from a region in Oaxaca, Mexico, with a producer that we work directly with. Then El Carmen is from my grandfather's coffee farm.
So cool.
Yeah, so, and then, you know, denoted by the green labels, and then anything that's like a red label or different color is a blend. For example, this one right here is a blend that we made specifically for Foodwise, the Ferry Building Farmers Market. And then we also have some instant coffee of my grandfather's coffee.
Well, I love that. Love hearing the history and all the products that you guys brought. Now, let's get to making our own coffee here on set. So is this instant coffee? What exactly is this?
Yeah. So this is instant coffee. It's kind of, think of it like bougie instant coffee.
Ah, okay.
Right? So this is from my grandfather's coffee farm. So what we like to say is, what's the tagline for this?
Not your abuelito's instant coffee.
Okay, not your abuelito's instant coffee?
Yeah.
And what exactly does that mean?
It means like a coffee that your abuelito, your grandfather, can be proud of.
Okay.
Yeah, so the idea is that, you know, his grandparents, his family, different families around the world, they use different kind of instant coffees you just pick up, you know, in little shops, bodegas. And this is kind of elevated, right? This is from his grandfather's farm. We had it made, and it's kind of taking specialty coffee to a different avenue.
A whole new level.
Yeah, instant.
Okay, so walk me through this. As you do this, explain to me the process of creating this bougie instant coffee.
Yeah. Do you want to go for it?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it comes in this little packet, and you add just 10 ounces of hot water to it, and you have a cup of coffee. It tastes amazing. It tastes very similar to a bag that you would that you would grind at home and serve in a pour over, you know.
And I noticed you guys poured the coffee in first, right?
Yes.
So coffee first and then liquid?
Yeah, you can do both, but it will just mix it better, you know. You don't want to have floating coffee. And then that's as simple as that. All of a sudden, you have your morning coffee. Yeah,
I would love to try. We have 3 cups, right?
We
could all do a little celebration in honor of your great-great-grandfather, because that's the reason we're here today.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So as our viewers can see here, you go ahead and pour it if you'd like. Instant coffee. So he just poured it in there first, and then the hot water second, and then boom, stirred it around, and here we are. Oh, yes.
Olivia, I'm going to get you yours.
Thank you so much.
And we thought this was just like a really easy way of doing it on set.
Yes, this is a great way to end our segment, too.
Cheers.
So let's do a little cheers, and I want to taste this. Oh, my gosh, that's amazing. And there's literally I don't have sugar in here, I don't have creamer, and it tastes amazing. Where can people find you guys?
That is a great question. You can find us at ProyectoDiazCoffee.com. You can find us at the Foodwise Ferry Plaza Farmers Market, right over there on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And awesome wholesalers all over the Bay Area up to LA and Portland. You can find us at Boba Guys, at Wise Sons, at Lady Luck, at a bunch of different awesome wholesale partners.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for joining us here on Live in the Bay. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To learn more about Proyecto Diaz Coffee, we'll have a link to where you can purchase on our website at liveinthebay.tv.